What's up, everybody? This is your boy Montre, and I will be discussing how to be online spiritually. I know that sounds like a really deep subject, right? How to be online spiritually. I talked about it on my YouTube, basically, that everything that we see around us, like the movie Matrix, is just an illusion. The physical world is just a manifestation of our spiritual world, the spiritual world inside. What we dream about, what we think about, whatever we resonate with the most, we vibrate out and it creates a reality for ourselves. This reality that we see is just a product of that. Now, the internet is the same thing. The internet, what you get online with every day, is just a manifestation of the collective consciousness of humanity. And the internet has become something that's become a necessity. It's getting faster. There's become more information on it. We're getting quicker ways of getting on it. We're getting more access to information on it, and it's becoming just a part of our lives. So when it comes to the internet, it's a direct manifestation of our lives spiritually, because the thing is, humanity as a whole is starting to connect more with each other. We're no longer segregated, we're no longer separated from ourselves. I can talk to somebody in another country, learn information about their lives. It's the same thing. So being online spiritually is exactly the seed of what it is to be online physically. I'll say that again. Being online physically is a manifestation of how I get online spiritually. So I use the example of AT&T. AT&T would represent a server that a lot of people use to get online, or Roadrunner, or Sprint. These are servers that people use to get online. These servers are like religions. So people use certain religions to access the internet, and the internet would be that collective consciousness, the spirituality. Where does the internet come from? I don't know. Can you shut it off, shut it off, and shut it on? It's just this collective consciousness out there in the computer, and nobody kind of has a quite clear understanding of exactly where it is or what is it. It's just information out there. And the collective consciousness is the same thing. It's spirituality. It's what we access when we pray. When I pray, and I pray to God, you know, what is it? What is that I'm accessing? What am I pulling from? So nobody has a clear description on what God is spiritually, and nobody has a clear understanding of what the internet really is. We just use it and it works. So it's the same thing. The computer that you use is like your body. It is the thing that houses it. Everybody has different computers. It really doesn't even matter what kind of computer you have, because we all get online. So your computer may be very thin and slim, and some people have old computers. You do have to update your computer just to keep up sometimes. But you don't update your computer physically. How do you update your computer? It has nothing to do with what you look like. You update your computer with the software. So your software would represent, physically, your software is the manifestation of the programs that you put in your head. It's the new ideas that you come with. Every time you put a new idea in your head, you are upgrading yourself like a computer. And that's what people need to do. Your browser is the physical manifestation of your point of view. Some people have very old browsers. They're still using Netscape. And those browsers are okay. Yeah, you can still see the internet, but it may be slower. So some people have point of views that are old and outdated. Some people are using Explorer. They want to, you know, see the world. Some people are using Google Chrome. Some people are using AOL. Some people are using browsers that are maybe limited to a certain group of people. Some people are using these browsers that are what do they call open data, I forget, open office, stuff like that, free browsers. Some browsers come with a server. Like what is it, AT&T? I think they have their own browser, don't they? Something like that. So it's your browser is your point of view. It's how you see the world. It's your window into the spiritual realm. Then you have virus protection. In the spiritual realm, there's negative energy. Some people may call that the devil or demons or just negative karma. But there is negative energy out there. There's things that are not safe in the spiritual realm. And sometimes when you're accessing it, you have to have a firewall. You have to have protection. You have to know how to protect yourself when you're in the spiritual world. And the same thing it is as it is online. So because of the negative entities out there, you don't want to just, how do you say, download everything from the spiritual world. You don't want to just do that. You know, sometimes we get a lot of free programs. We get our LimeWires and our Kazas and whatever, and it gives us a quick way to get a lot of information. And that's not the point. You don't want to just download everything. You don't want to just dip and dive into every spiritual thing without knowing what you're getting into. Because when you download everything spiritually because you just want a quick and easy fix, then you leave yourself open to a lot of negative energy and a lot of things that you may not be ready for. So, one, learn how to protect yourself spiritually. Get a spiritual firewall. Get a spiritual virus protection. And those viruses could be anything from negative energy from people, negative energy just that has existed for centuries. So you gotta know how to protect yourself. Sometimes browsers come with those type of filters, so even the window you look through will come up with those type of things. But then we have our social networks. Our social networks are like Facebook and MySpace and Twitter. It's how we connect with other people. You have your profile online, you have your information online. That is your soul. So your profile, your online profile of who you are, your name, your age, all of that information that you put on your profile, that's your soul. That's who you are. That's everything about you. And how much you put on there, and what you put private and what you put public, is showing how much you bare your soul to people. In real life, if I say people who are very private on their profile, probably in real life are very private people in general. That's the manifestation of the internet, is the manifestation of who they really are. So I take everything with a grain of salt. So your online profile is your soul. It's you putting your soul right there, and you're like, this is who I am. This represents me. And your social network is how you connect to people. And we all want to communicate. We all want to talk to people. We all want to be out there, you know what I mean? So some people are very famous online. Some people aren't. Some people have a lot of pictures online. That's how they see themselves. That's how many memories they have. Some people don't. Some people just go through life and maybe take few pictures, you know, or they only see themselves in one way. So those photos that they have of themselves, it's just, this is how I see myself, that's it. And versus people who have a lot of pictures of themselves, and I have a lot of pictures of myself online. I see myself in many different ways. I have many facets of me. So that's how it is when you have a social network or your online profile. I'm gonna write some more about it. I know it's kind of deep, but I really want to know what you guys think about being spiritually online, and how do you connect? How is it that you connect with the online presence? You know what I'm saying? And what does that mean to you? Or do you just think I'm crazy? Anyways, hit me up with your comments. Let me know.